Before we get into this video, please subscribe to my newsletter if you haven't already. I share cool sort of stories, experiences, and links to interesting things. I send it out once a month, so make sure to check it out. So my next form of passive income, I'm always looking for other passive income ideas, other income streams. I try and sort of go through them, try and see what other people are doing. And something that's come up a lot recently is Framer templates. Something which I've mentioned countless number of times in videos. I'm sure you guys are sick of it now, for anyone who's watched my previous videos, is that my real first passive income moneymaker was Tumblr themes. So when I look at my Tumblr themes or revenue thing right now, it's at $697,000, which really is outrageous, I think. In the last 30 days, I've made $500. Now, $500 for my business overall isn't obviously a massive chunk, but the main thing is all these different income streams add up, and $500 for someone else can be a lot of money. That's a big sort of side income for them, which makes complete sense. So yeah, $500 in the last 30 days, really not too bad. Even though Tumblr as a platform, I think is pretty much dead. I'm not really sure who uses Tumblr anymore, but people are still buying my templates. People are still buying my Tumblr themes, using them. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see when this crosses 700,000, because that will be a cool figure to cross. But yeah, nearly $700,000 from Tumblr themes. So I feel like I know a thing or two when it comes to making templates, when it comes to making website themes and stuff like that. I have experience in doing it. And one of the great things about something like this is that a lot of it is pretty much passive. There's very little customer support required. Very high margins, of course. The only thing you need to spend your time on is actually making the templates. So when Framer got in touch and were like, hey, we'd love for you to make templates for our platform, they wanted me to share more about Framer, share my experience with Framer and sort of like what I plan to do with it, I jumped on the chance. I thought, it actually makes a lot of sense to make some Framer themes, because I've made Tumblr themes before, and just see how it goes. Because Framer as a platform is growing quite quickly, growing quite well. As far as I can tell, a lot of people are using it. A lot of people are actually switching from Webflow to Framer, because I think there's something about it. Framer just feels a bit more polished. I think maybe you can do a few more things with Webflow, but if you're just looking to quickly set up a website and not really feel like, oh my God, there's so much going on, Framer is awesome. I've started recommending Framer to a lot of people now, especially for people who don't want to use something like Squarespace or Wix and they want to have a bit more control over making a website. I think Framer is a no-brainer right now. So when it came to actually making a theme, designing a theme for Framer, I went straight into Figma, started mocking up some templates, started mocking up some ideas, and this is what I've come up with. I'm calling it Caledon. I've just pulled that name out of nowhere, but basically this theme is very similar to my own website. That's the whole point of it. I wanted to make a theme that's very similar to my own website. A lot of people do ask, hey, I'd love to get your website. I'd love to get your website template. Can you offer it? But I've never really offered it before. So I thought, okay, Framer actually makes a lot of sense. I think Framer is the easiest place to do it. So I've made a Framer template that is very, very similar to my own current website. Up top, we have the navigation bar. Very simple, very easy, just like on my own website, with a logo section. Now, of course, you can change out the logo to have a text logo if you like. And of course, the navigation links can be changed to whatever you like. You can add anything in there. And then we have a bio section with a sort of profile picture. You can make this bigger or smaller. That's what's so great about Framer. You can modify it how you like. A sort of, I'm whoever, what I do, and then another sort of subheading basically showing whatever you want. But again, like I said, what you see here can be changed to whatever you like. You're not sort of limited to what you see here. You can add as much text as you like. You can change the fonts. You can change the avatar size, whatever you like. Then we have a work section. So Framer does have a content management system built in. So you can have work, you can have blogs, whatever you like, basically. I have a work section here, just linking to sort of projects and obviously the whole project page itself for all of your projects. And then we have a blog section linking to latest blog posts. And then if we actually scroll across, we can look at the sort of work/portfolio grid layout that I've done. And yeah, I've done a sort of dual layout for this, a 2-column layout, so that you have nice big thumbnails for your projects. And then for the blog section, I've gone for a 3-column layout. Again, just nice and simple, just like my own website. The only difference with my own website is that there is a sidebar, but I didn't really think a sidebar was that important. I'm actually going to most likely remove the sidebar in the next update for my own personal website. So yeah, I think it just makes it cleaner and nicer looking to have it like this. And then we have the sort of universal blog post or portfolio item. So with this, you have a big sort of like featured image. You don't have to have the featured image, but you can have a featured image, and then you have your content itself. And what makes this really great is that because it's quite a universal template design, and because of what you can do with Framer, you just have a single column layout. You can add whatever you like. You can change it however you like. You can follow what I've done here, or you can modify it to however you like. That's what makes Framer so powerful to me. And I think that's what makes it so interesting, because you can take this template and just remix it as much as you like. Now, when it comes to marketing this theme, getting it out there, getting it in front of people, getting people to purchase it, I have a few different ways that I'm thinking of when it comes to marketing this theme that I've listed down. Listing it on Framer's template page, which definitely makes the most sense. People will come here regularly looking specifically for new templates for Framer. I feel like that will drive a lot of quality traffic. That's the most important thing, quality traffic, because these people are specifically going to that page to look for templates to use on their own website. So yeah, that's a really good place to market them. Framer also doesn't take any cut of the sale whatsoever. So you get the full 100%. All that money is yours. You know, if you list it for $49, which is what I'm going to list this for, you get that full $49, obviously minus transaction fees, depending on what platform you're using. They do have a strict requirement sort of list though. You have to make sure obviously the template itself works properly, it works with all their stuff, and obviously it's designed well. They don't want to be listing templates which don't look that good. My next form of marketing would be just marketing it to my own audience, you guys and anyone else who follows me, anyone who's looking to have a similar website to mine or the same website as mine, and they want to have that template for their own website. I'd market it to you guys. I don't expect a large chunk of revenue to come from you guys whatsoever, because I'm sure there are very few people who are using Framer, and then I'm sure there are even fewer people who are willing to buy a website template to then use on their Framer website that looks like mine. So yeah, I don't expect this to be a big one. I expect this to actually be one of the smallest ones, but it just makes sense. You know, I already have an audience. I already have hundreds of thousands of followers on YouTube, Instagram, places like that. It makes a lot of sense to market it to those. And of course, I would list it on my own website, so people can go there and find it from there too. The third way I could market it is through paid marketing. So because it's a very high margin product, you know, the only time and money I've spent is just my own time. I haven't really actually spent any money making the theme. I can spend quite a bit of money marketing this template. So maybe it costs me $40 per sale to market it. I'm still going to make $9 profit if I list the theme for $49. Now, obviously, a lot of people are going to be like, yo, that's ridiculous. Like, that's like, what is that? 80% of your product cost just gone on marketing. But that's actually quite common. Like, I think a lot of people will be surprised. Products that cost, you know, digital products that cost like $500, $100, whatever, sometimes they're only making 10% profit on those products because they're spending a lot of money on marketing, and the marketing is it just makes a lot of sense to getting new customers. That's the way they're making their money. I think this could easily be another source of passive income for me. You know, making website templates in general is just pretty passive. I've actually just listed down here the sort of pros of doing something like this. It's a digital product that is pretty quick and easy to download for the customer. Once they bought it, they can start using it straight away. You don't actually have to physically deliver an item to them. If made correctly, if you've done it well, it shouldn't really need much support, if any. You know, I think especially with something like a Framer template, because you're not really messing around with code specifically, the chances of something going wrong with the template are going to be very slim. And any issues with Framer itself, they're not going to contact you, they're going to contact Framer. So yeah, there's not really going to be much support needed. And if you did need support, you could probably outsource that if you wanted to. You can, of course, sell this product whilst you sleep. It's not tied to you sort of putting in the hours, trying to sort of consult with customers and stuff. It's a digital product. It just sits there, and if someone finds it and they like it, they can buy it right there and then. And then, of course, it's highly profitable. Like I said, the only thing needed to make it is your own time. How much it will make will really depend on a number of factors. So how I market the template is obviously important. Making sure that I get it in front of people, making sure that I get it on the Framer theme marketplace. Just marketing in general is really important. I think a lot of people forget how important marketing is. You know, if you don't market an amazing product that you have, if it's amazing, people just aren't going to find it. And of course, it also heavily depends on Framer as a business. You've got to hope that Framer keep growing, that they keep accelerating in growth, because then there's more potential customers that could buy your theme, could buy your template, could buy my template specifically. And that was the great thing about Tumblr back in the day, right? Tumblr was super popular in the sort of 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015 sort of time. That was when Tumblr was very, very popular. So lots of people using it and lots of people buying templates. And I think Framer itself is also in that trajectory. They're in that sort of phase where they're just going to keep going up and up. I do have trust in Framer. It's why I'm working with them in the first place. Otherwise, I wouldn't do this. I feel like it just wouldn't make any sense. But I think Framer will keep growing and there'll be more potential customers to buy the themes. If I wanted to take it a step further, I could actually end up hiring someone full-time or maybe part-time to make Framer templates for me, to make Framer themes to put up for sale on Framer. Or maybe we do a sort of partnership, 50-50 partnership, profit share, whatever. So if anyone is interested in working with me, building some Framer templates, selling them, hit me up. I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts and whether we can work something out, because I'm pretty keen to see how this works out. If it makes $500, if it makes $1,000, if it makes $2,000, I'd be happy with that. Like, I'm not really too fussed about it making tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, as long as it's making a sort of consistent amount of passive income every month and it just keeps going. It can just run in the background. I really don't have to do much. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what it's like in a year's time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe for more.